Hello everyone, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. So, yeah, just picking up from where we left off last time. Um, yeah, so we successfully performed a flight and an orbit in space, and we gathered some data, and yes, we were going to unlock some parts, weren't we? First thing I'm going to go for, batteries, so we can keep transmitting data if we need to. Better antenna, so we can better transmit data. I think that's actually better value. It's definitely faster than the other antenna, but I think it's better value electric charge. I don't know. And most importantly, the Science Junior, which should give us plenty of of science. Okay, so I tried changing the resolution with Alt and Enter, and it didn't work, and the game crashed. But anyway, we're back now. So we're going to research this with our our scientific prowess. Now there is a reaction wheel there. That would be infinitely useful to us. Well, not infinitely, but it would be very, very useful to us. That's not that useful. We don't need radial boosters yet. We're not really having any specialised rocket design, and there we can just stack 2 fuel tanks to make a larger one. So yes, I think we'll research this one as well. This is 45 sites. So, what have we got other than that? Oh, there's a few more sciencey things. Nothing that we can unlock though, because we've only got 20 science left. So, let's go back out of here and to mission control. Science data from space around Kerbal. Right. Yep. Okay. TT38K radial decoupler. I think that's the bigger one. I have a feeling it is. Well, we'll do that because we want that. Yeah. So I think today we should. Oh, that's the thing. We should probably start on our journey to the moon, or at least our design journey, I guess. There's stuff like rocket max, solid fuel boosters, okay. So these are the active ones. Yeah. So let's create a new rocket. I mean, the first one we're going to make is going to be to rescue whatever his name was, that Kerbal from space, that Kerbal that's in space currently. So not to worry. Let us... I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work. We have got a probe core though, so that could help us rescue him. Or we could just stack 2 of these. Yeah, let's just stack 2 of these, no problem. So that's where we'll control it from. And I'm not sure whether we've got struts yet. I don't think we have. Well, anyway. We've got batteries, which is good. Structural, no, we haven't. We haven't got struts yet. Right, okay. Well, there we go. That looks very small. That looks too small for what it is. Has that become smaller since the last time I saw it? Oh yeah, so now let's get a 45, put that on the bottom. We don't need those 2, do we? Do we? Well, I guess this is going to be my... You know what, we'll have a 909, and then we can test that while we fly. Then we'll have another decoupler. And a thrust vectoring LVT45, 30s underneath. So let's call this the Rescue Mark 1, I guess. Is there any more stuff? I guess might as well stick an antenna on it just for good measure. I hope we have enough cash for this. I think we do. Yeah, we do. But it will be quite an expensive craft. Okay. Without further ado, let's launch. Okay, so this is me trying for the third time to try and rescue Ronlock. I reverted to flight, reverted to launch, reverted the flight to launch last time. Yeah. So I've just taken off a bit earlier in the cycle, so or in the when he's been orbiting. So hopefully that means that we will be ahead of him in our orbit round the planet, and that hopefully means that we can go into a larger, more eccentric orbit, and that will mean that we only have to do it a little bit, like we only have to go a little bit out of our way to actually rendezvous with him, and we will be travelling at a similar speed. That's the plan. Whether that will happen or not, I don't know. So let's switch to orbit. We don't want target. We want orbit. Now, yeah, we need to start. Begin the gravity turn. Ooh. Careful. Steady. Steady. Because we've got 4 thrusters. 4 thrusters thrusting. That's the Kerbal 12 Days of Christmas. That's the fourth day, obviously. 4 thrusters. Anyway, that's just I'm just spouting nonsense now. You can tell. So, oh dear, this is going a little bit crazy. This is a little bit more difficult to control than it was last time, I have to say. Oh yeah, you can see our intersect is very close there. Let's do a little bit of correction on that though, shall we? Let's try and go this way to hopefully get that closer. Just want to make sure we're on a very similar plane. So I'm hoping that that won't drop too much, and then we just need to make a vector to get to orbit the planet. Ah, you can see that's very, very close there. Okay, so this is just me recording a little bit of post-commentary to kind of fill in the space where we're, where I fast-forwarded the kind of burning to orbit. I'm sure you've seen it a lot of times before if you've seen Kerbal Space Program, and there'll be plenty more of it as the series goes on, so don't worry about that. So yeah, that's just what this is. Now we'll switch back to old me. So let's add a maneuver here. We are going to, yeah, about here maybe. Can we do that? I don't want to really accelerate anymore. Okay, so we're going to make a nice rendezvous just there. No. Come on. 2.5. Oh, 2.5 is very close. 1 kilometer. That'll do. That'll do. Yeah, so that's a tiny, tiny burn, even on the thruster we've got. Periapsis is... I'm not happy with that, but to be fair, when we get to that point, we will actually we will correct ourselves so we're in sync with the rescuee's orbit, Ronlock's orbit. So, I mean, the thing is, it's a little bit difficult at the moment because we don't have any RCS on this. So, oh, but we've hardly got any fuel left in this thruster. Well, yeah, let's just decouple that, shall we? And go on to that. So this is estimating 6 seconds. That's not bad. Yeah. So let's get round to this maneuver node. And hopefully the orbits shouldn't be too different. I mean, it doesn't really matter much where we maneuver around this point, because it's all going to be it's all going to have a similar result, so we don't have to be too particular about it. Anyway, very nice. We have 0.7 kilometers. That's an even better result, actually. So what we then need to do is, sorry, we need to go back out to map mode. Are you dizzy yet? And when we get close to here, we basically need to burn on one of the pink vectors whose name escapes me right now. Where is it? Not that one. I think it's the other one. Or is it? Oh, no, sorry, it's the retrograde target vector. So we need to decrease our velocity in relation to our target. So, yeah, 11 seconds away, something like that. So he is very, very close. So we're just going to remove all of that velocity, hopefully. Or most of it. It shouldn't be difficult to catch it, even at like 4 meters per second. But we're going to get it very, very close. There we go. 0.1, it's not going to make a difference. Now can we, I think we can switch to run lock now, can't we? Yes. And we can make that our target, and we can activate his RCS. So, yes, let's get him closer to Rescue Mark 1. Now, I'm hoping he's going not too fast, because obviously there's no relative velocity indicator thing here, so we could be in for a surprise. Thankfully, we've got plenty of EVA propellant. Oh, we gotta be careful. Yeah, so I'm just gonna have to do the velocity matching by eye, I think, which isn't something I'd condone, especially not with rockets. But since this is just one Kerbal, it's not too difficult to get him to slow down. So he's nearly there. I think, I don't want to jinx it at this point, but I think we might have this in the bag. This is an achievement if we've done this. I mean, rendezvous pre-RCS systems. It's not bad. I mean, it's not like it's actually any kind of skill, but it's something, right? Okay, so Runlock's very happy. What the hell was that? What was that? What was that? That was really weird. Why are you spinning? Come on, dude. What is this? EVA propellant's getting used up like nobody's business. Why did he suddenly start spinning? That was crazy. Okay. What I wanted to do originally was simply grab some of this science, collect data, and maybe an EVA report, because we get 8 science for that. Now let's hope he doesn't randomly fly away when we try to get in now. No, okay. Everything is a-okay. Now I'm gonna get back to Kerbin before anything else disastrous happens. Or potentially disastrous, I guess. So yeah, we just accelerate along the retrograde vector and bring our periapsis in like so. Below 20,000 is fine. I know this isn't below 20,000, but anywhere around that mark really, especially if you're only in a low orbit like this, because there's all this time, because we've just entered the atmosphere between, you know, there and there, where you're decelerating in the atmosphere, so it's not a problem. Also, look how much fuel we have left on that LV909. They are so efficient. Although it wasn't a massive maneuver we were doing, was it? It was only a 6-second burn, and then a bit of you know, jiggery pokery trying to get the two orbits in line. So, come on, guys. Whoop. Yep, let's get that the right way around. I feel really, really bad ditching this. In fact, we might not have to ditch it. I mean, we can ditch it if we need to, but let's do that so that when we activate the parachutes, it doesn't destage. It doesn't stage this. And maybe we'll be able to recover that as well. Oh, this is taking us ages to... it's because we're on such a gradual... But you can see the parachutes drop really, really low there. It's because we're on such a gradual incline, I guess. I think we're going to end up splashing down. So I hope we've got enough parachutes to slow us down. We seemed to last time. But yeah, the thing with splashing down in Kerbal Space Program in the sea is that, like, when you're on land, you know, one part hits the ground, it kind of takes the force and the explosion bounces you back up. So, like, just a little bit, so the rest of the parts underneath, like, if the engine exploded, for example, the tank and everything else would be fine, because it would be protected by the explosion of the engine, within reason, you know, if you were going at a certain velocity. But when you go in the sea, the parts just kind of evaporate. They don't really explode. You know, the rocket would go, and then there'd be no explosion, so there'd be no push upwards, so the tank would go, then the Science Junior would go, and it'd just be, you know, bits got destroyed until either you slowed down enough, or because of, like, buoyancy, I guess, or the water hit something solid enough to stop it evaporating it, I guess. So let's see if we can slow down to a livable speed, I suppose. I mean, we've got plenty of fuel left in there, so yeah, I think this is going to land perfectly, actually, as long as we're gentle with it when it comes down, because we can thrust up a little bit. Look at Ronlock doing his little crazy Kerbal dance. Look at him. Okay. Yeah, so all we can do to just slow ourselves down is give it a little bit of thrust, so that when we land, this is no problem. There we go. No problem. And recover the vessel. So, in conclusion, my friends, we have gained 13.7 science, which brings us up to 39 there. It's not quite enough to go to the moon yet, because we need those fuel lines. However, we will do a couple more missions next time, and I'm sure after that we will be ready for a moon mission. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to comment, favourite, like and subscribe. I've got all 4 of those things down now, in one sentence. Yeah, if you liked the video, tell me what you thought, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.